So get this, I spent 100,000 years grinding just to ascend, and I was basically a nobody. But the second I hit the immortal realm, everyone lost their minds. Every top faction sent people to welcome me. Turns out over those 100,000 years, I'd helped countless disciples ascend. Even the big yellow dog I raised back in the day was now a legendary figure up here. But me? I could never find my own ascension trigger. And just as I was cursing the heavens, my system dinged. Congratulations, host. 100,000-day check-in complete. Reward, instant ascension. I was so overwhelmed I nearly burst into tears. Then everything blurred, and suddenly I was standing in a pool deep inside a forest. About 7 or 8 people were gathered around the edge, all craning their necks to stare at me. "Excuse me, is this the immortal realm?" I asked as politely as I could. The guy in front just laughed. "Immortal realm? Yeah, right. This is the spirit realm, buddy. Do us a favor and carry Our Lady out of the pool." Spirit realm? I was totally lost. I had no idea if I'd actually ascended or not, so I looked around. That's when I noticed a girl floating face up in the water behind me, covered in wounds. I gently picked her up and carried her out, then asked, "This isn't the immortal realm, is it?" The man took her and explained, "First-timers are always like this. No, this isn't the immortal realms, it's the spirit realm." He pointed to the pool. "This is the celestial cleansing pool. Everyone who ascends appears in a random one." That actually clicked. I checked my body. My physical strength had gone way up compared to before I ascended. The true ki in my Dantian was slowly converting into spiritual energy. It was just taking forever because there was so much of it. Then I had to ask, if people appear randomly, how did you guys know your lady would be here? "We're from Yuan Yang Star. We have a bloodline sensing technique no other planet can learn." "So where did you ascend from?" "Our master told us to wait near these pools for newcomers." "I'm not sure which star, but the continent is called Xuantian Continent." "Figures. The person our master is looking for wouldn't be this easy to run into." He smiled at me. "Call me Mu Yunzong. If you're interested, come join our Daluo Sword Sect. Newly ascended true immortals can come in as guest elders or stewards." I agreed. No place to stay anyway, and it'd be a good chance to track down some of my disciples. "Don't worry, our sect master Su Yueling's sword arts are unmatched within 1,000 miles. Daluo Sword Sect is the real deal." Su Yuling, wasn't that the girl with crazy talent I met 13,000 years ago? And now she's already built her own sect? I wasn't totally sure at first, but the moment Mu Yunzong brought me to Daluo Sword Sect, I knew. Standing in the training grounds was a black stone stele, the divine weapon I had personally forged for Su Yueling before her ascension, the Liang Tiancheng. Memories came flooding back. I walked up without thinking, reaching out to touch it. "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" Mu Yunzong panicked and jumped in front of me. "This is the sect master's most prized possession. She comes to see it every single day. Regular disciples are not allowed to touch it." I froze for a second, then nodded. "Got it." Mu Yunzong said, "Let me show you to your quarters. Once my lady wakes up, I'll take you both to see the Grand Elder." I agreed, then looked around and couldn't help but ask, "Why does the sect feel so empty?" Mu Yunzong frowned. "You seriously underestimating Daluo Sword Sect right now? Most of our disciples are out searching for someone. Even the sect master left herself." That reminded me of what he'd mentioned earlier, so I asked, "Who exactly is your sect master looking for?" Mu Yunzong answered without hesitation, "A cultivator named Muj, who ascended from Lan Star." My heart skipped. I glanced up at the ascension board in the sky. Su Yueling must have already seen my name on it. Lan Star made me think, could that be another name for Xuantian Continent? Back in my room, I checked my internal state again. Spiritual energy still converting. 100,000 years of cultivation, and it was finally paying off. I wouldn't need to train for a while. I had a thought and immediately put on the Crimson Dragon armor I got from the check-in reward. The thing works as a defensive treasure normally, but in a pinch it can activate Crimson Dragon barrier mode. Once I was set, I stepped outside, dropped into a lounge chair at the cliff's edge, and just relaxed. At that same moment, a graceful figure came gliding through the air from a distance. Su Yueling was back. Inside the main hall, besides Mu Yao from the Mu family, someone asked, "Where did the other person come from?" "Grand Elder, that person is not from Lan Star." Su Mei's expression dimmed slightly, but she reasoned, "The spirit realm is massive, so the odds of him showing up right here were always low." Just then, an elegant figure swept into the hall and landed at the center. Mu Yunzong recognized her immediately and bowed respectfully. "Greetings, sect master." Su Yueling got straight to the point. "I heard 2 people ascended through the pool you were watching?" "Yes, one is Our Lady, who I brought in using our bloodline sensing technique. The other one I already asked, not from Lan Star." Su Yueling's face went cold. She turned to Su Mei and said quietly, "Find them both a suitable position in the sect." Su Mei smiled awkwardly and nodded, then added, "Hold on before you go. Mu Yunzong, your lady is injured and needs rest. Let's decide tomorrow morning." Mu Yunzong acknowledged and quickly left the hall. With just the 2 of them left, Su Mei gently said, "Don't overthink it. Your master already made it to the spirit realm. You'll see him again." But Su Yueling still looked worried. "He just ascended. He's only at the true immortal level. What if something happens to him?" Su Mei reassured her. "Your sect is massive. Everyone saw the commotion on the ascension board yesterday. Someone from your lineage will find him." Su Yueling nodded quietly. "I hope so. Keep searching. My master spent 100,000 years alone in the mortal world. I don't want him to be alone up here too." Meanwhile, I was just chilling in my chair, and somehow, without even trying, I'd already broken through to true immortal 6th heaven. Wild. I walked over to the training grounds and stood in front of the Liang Tiancheng for a moment. The divine weapon I once gave Su Yueling, now basically worthless in the spirit realm. "New here?" A voice came from behind me. I turned around. A stunning woman stood nearby in a gorgeous pale yellow robe, clearly someone with serious status in Daluo Sword Sect. Yeah, I just ascended today. So, you must be the other person Mu Yunzong mentioned. I'm Sumei, Grand Elder of Daluo Sword Sect. Greetings, Grand Elder. So what's your name? I'm Yanan. I almost said Muge, but stopped myself. It had been over 10,000 years. I had to give Su Yueling a proper surprise. Sumei noticed me staring at the Lang Tianqing and quickly warned me. That thing may not look like much, but it's the most sacred object in this sect. Don't you dare touch it. Hearing that actually made me smile. So this little girl still thinks about me after all this time. You can't just wander around the sect like this, it'll raise questions. Tomorrow at the morning assembly, I'll officially announce your status as a guest elder. Once you have a token, things will be much smoother. I nodded, satisfied. Having someone like her by Su Yueling's side was genuinely reassuring. Next morning, the training grounds were packed. Su Yueling stood on the platform looking out at everyone, a little hollow inside. Every report from last night's search came back empty, not a single lead about me. The elders felt for her, but there was nothing they could do. It just meant the ascension point wasn't anywhere nearby. Over at the edge of the grounds, Mu Yunzong had already called me over. Mu Yao stood beside me, her injuries fully healed, and we were deep in conversation, but I kept zoning out, eyes drifting to that figure on the platform. My heart ached. She must have had it rough after ascending. Mu Yao had been calling my name for a while, and when I didn't respond, she got annoyed. Yanan, why are you looking at the sect master like that? You got a crush or something? I snapped back to reality and awkwardly looked away. Before I could even explain, a burst of loud, carefree laughter rang out from the sky and instantly grabbed everyone's attention. Su Yueling looked up, and her brow immediately furrowed. I'm the only 6S level ability user in the entire world.